What's up, y'all? It's just Rhonda. Welcome to the channel. It's hump day. I'm humping. You're humping. Let's all get out here and get our hump on. We don't have time to play. It's time to hump. Everybody, get your lady lumps or wherever other kind of humps you got going on over there, and let's get the hump going. It's Wednesday. Like I said, I'm over here. So you know how I like to do my spotlights on Ready to Love. And this season is not going to be any different, but a little bit different. You know, I like to switch it up every now and then. You know, everybody has been giving really positive feedback about the first episode. So that's always a good thing. You know what I'm saying? That means hopefully we'll be engaged throughout this whole season. I'm going to spotlight this first episode on who stood out the most. Who stood out the most to y'all? I've got my top four standouts. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell button so you know I'm here. And let's get into this conversation about who stood out for y'all. I'm going to tell you who stood out for me. I'm going to give you my top four standouts. And I'm going to start with Emily. Emily came over here, you know, razzle-dazzling the people and such. Why did Emily stand out for me? And for most of us, it was the titties. That's the conversation that was happening out here on these streets. It was Emily and her titties. I mean, I suppose, listen, what they say, if they're not talking about you, you ain't doing nothing. So she did enough to get talked about. And as you know, stay on my timeline. What came across my timeline was it's Lauren and Ed are over here recapping the show. It's called the Recap Lounge. I was all over in the Recap Lounge. I think y'all should get over to the Recap Lounge too, because it gives you an opportunity to see these people's personalities unedited. You know, I don't like to go over there and do whatever it is they want to do. And so they come over here. When I say they, I mean the beautiful Lauren and the very handsome Ed. They had a guest this week. So this was something like, I'm here for it. I told you these people came over here ready. So they're ready to do their recaps. And I'm here to, here for it. We're going to let Lauren talk about, Lauren and Ed talk about Emily's titties. And then I will go ahead and give you my 2 cents on why Emily and her titties stood out. Let's share the screen over here. What are we talking about? We're talking about No, that's not the right one. Let me back it up. There's only 2 videos, here from their channel. But I want to start with Miss Emily. While I'm searching, y'all can feel free to, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Okay. Here's her take and Ed. This is their opinion on, the titties of it all.
Back to Emily. And then people kept making comments about like her physical appearance.
What? What about her physical appearance?
So she's a beautiful lady.
She is. She's charming.
And, she's well endowed. That's not something you can...
Do women say that?
Well, that's what the men kept commenting. Got her tits sitting up to here and all this.
Okay, I never heard
what do you expect a woman... If this is what you have to work with, would you want her to hide it? Do you want her to stick it, like, wrap it up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is what she's got going on. This can't be the only thing. This can't be the only thing that we're going to keep commenting on. We see it.
They are there, though, right? Like, they're there.
They're there.
They're there. Like, at the end of the day, we can't not see them. We can't not see them.
So they're there. So now we got to get
past it.
Okay.
For sure. We definitely got to get past it.
But she wasn't feeling Richie.
She was not feeling Richie.
So we got to get past it. That's according to the beautiful Lauren. I feel like we can get past it. That's not the thing. This is how she came over here. She came over here like this, and yes, they was definitely all up under her chin. It's hard to not notice. what's this beautiful lady? Emily. Emily didn't get a whole lot of but we didn't see it. You know, we didn't see a lot of her smiling. We didn't see a lot of her personality. We saw Emily being very serious. And can we really take you seriously, like when your whole titty is touching your chin? I'm just saying, it's not even to I don't know. I'm not dissing her. I'm just saying that she knows what she's doing. Let's look at this picture right here. This is Emily. Emily is a fashion designer. Emily understands how dimensions work, and Emily knows exactly what to do with her titties. She looks completely amazing in both of these photos. Dresses are difficult for girls with big boobs. My daughter has big boobs. It's a constant thing. And now, like, she's still young. She's only 19. But, you know, when she was 16 with these huge boobs, it's just hard to figure out, like, how to put her in something that's, you know, not going to have ninjas out here acting a fool because her boobs are so big. So, look at this lady, this beautiful lady that's a fashion designer. I don't know if these are her designs. You could go over to NY Nanor and check out her designs. And she also is a seamstress for the Pistons dancers. So I think Emily knows exactly what Emily is doing. So why is she doing this? I don't know. Her boobs, like in this particular dress, is not in the ones here, but when she comes with them all thrown up in the air, I feel like she knows exactly what she's doing. Emily is trying to distract y'all. Look at that. You tell me she didn't know what she was doing when she put that on. Emily is a seamstress. She can custom design anything she wants for herself. So why she's trying to distract y'all with her titties over here, you know, at the Ford picket plant, I do not know. But that's why she stood out. So Lauren, I don't think, you know, we need to get past it. She did this to herself. Nobody is saying that she's not a beautiful lady or any of those things. We're saying, why she do that? It looked very uncomfortable. The whole time she was sitting there, and she just looked like she couldn't breathe. So it's not flattering. And when you see, you know, that she knows how to definitely put together a look that's going to be flattering on her, then we got to get dressed with ourselves in mind, not with whoever is in the picture with the, you know, outfit on. There's a reason why they do that. Anyway, Emily didn't do much. You know, we already reviewed. If you want to know, you know, what I thought about her interaction over there with the men that she met, go ahead and watch my review. But right here, we just talk about why we talking about Emily, and we are talking about Emily because she brought these titties. Who's next? Number three. Number three is Dominique. Why did I choose Dominique? Because, well, Dominique was in the bottom and we don't know why. We are not understanding what in the first, you know. She came in there and she said, if you're not first, you last. And she wasn't last, but she was definitely on the bottom four. And we were like, how, Sway? How did Dominique come over here and find herself in the bottom four? She's a baddie. Look at her. You know what I'm saying? She's well known. She's respected stylist. Like she's outgoing. Like she wasn't over there acting awkward for any reason. So what happened? Why is Dominique in the bottom? Well, her exes are professional athletes. She was married to a NBA player, I believe. Her ex is an NFL player. So, you know, according to Vince, who brought this out, you know, he was admiring her tattoos and he noticed the name. So according to him, these names that are in her past are legends in the city. And I feel like that might be the problem. That might be why Dominique found herself in the bottom, is because it's going to take a confident man to get past, you know, her past relationships. These egos out here can be very fragile, and it's going to take, you know, a confident man to get past that. That's what I think. I don't feel like what's his name? Bello had no problems with it. He said he didn't even see it. He was captivated by this beautiful lady sitting in front of him. He wasn't trying to see what her tattoos was. Vince counted himself out, I think, from the very beginning. Vince was on the what is it? The recap lounge. He was their first guest over there on the recap lounge. So we got a chance to get his perspective of what he was going on with him and Dominique and the tattoo. Her tattoos, though, Dominique, sound like your cover-ups need a cover-up. So whatever happened, if you get a cover-up and somebody can still read the whole name, like maybe you should, think about something else. That's all. I don't know how big his name was. And Dominique, you've created a constant reminder, not once, but twice. You've got two men, two athletes, names written on your body. So until you cover it up for real, I feel like you're going to have to deal with these types of things, like the fragility of a man's ego. And I don't know, like, would it bother me? Would it bother you if your ex had, and I don't mean like a regular person, like if your new man has, tattoos of, some celebrity, hottie out here in these streets, and you're like, shit, every time I look at this dude, I gotta see Rihanna. I like Rihanna, but if I gotta keep seeing her name on his body, on his shoulder, wherever he put it, then I'm gonna not like her every time I hear her music. And she did it twice. Yeah, Dominique, get rid of that. It's like a dark cloud looming over your future. Maybe that's what the ancestors was trying to tell you. Get that all baggage back, lady. Yeah, get rid of it because it's not doing you well. And even though Vince wasn't your match, I feel like a lot of guys are gonna feel some type of way at some point. These tights were also talked about. Dominique, you're a fashion stylist. Nobody really was feeling these tights. And these tights came apparently from her hosiery line, www.loyalhosiery.net. It's expired. So I don't know if she's planning a reboot. If you rebooting these tights, Dominique, I feel like, you don't need me to be over here telling you, but if you're rebooting these tights, now would be the time to do it. She's got other ones, not just the shiny ones. Like, let's see. See, like you could do something, if you out here hanging out doing a daggone thing, she could be her own model. Body, yada, 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 yada. It sure is giving Detroit, Dominique. That's all I have to say about that. I don't know. We're not going to get all up in this lady's business just as of yet, girl. If the tights is what you're trying to like sell, she's over there of a celebrity stylist. So I'm sure she has plenty of access to people, you know what I'm saying, that could get this ball rolling. We're not a fan of the shiny ones. I'm sorry, Dominique. That's not why you were kicked off. I'm just, the messenger here. And yeah, the shiny ones, like, when you read what she's offering and their compression tights and all of these things, like I prefer a matte tight. That's all I'm saying. And so if you can offer compression tights and those sexy things that you got going over there, they don't need to be compression. You ain't wearing those like for no long work day or what have you. But Dominique was on the bottom and we're like, what the hell? That's why she's standing out over here for me, because we want to know what the hell happened. Wear a t-shirt next time, so these men don't have to stare into Anthony's name as, they're gazing into your eyes, your sapphire eyes. Speaking of sapphire eyes, number 2. Dominique was number 2. 3, and Darius is number 2. When I walk through, Darius has not come to play with y'all. Some of y'all just ain't on his level. That's probably what it is. He is a standout simply because he came over here to stunt on y'all. Look, he didn't do anything crazy. He was actually quite pleasant. I would say, Darius, unfortunately for you, as fly as you are, one thing that has been standing out to the people is that spray-on hairline and that beard. And we're going to stop doing that. We need to stop doing it. You're not fooling nobody, and the ladies don't like it. And I heard that they'd be all over your pillowcases and things. And look at you in that white fur. Ain't none of that Beijing touch that fur. So he's very good at it. Or maybe he just didn't go overboard that day. I don't know. Darius came over here and his hairline and his, debonair has made him a standout. I'm a fan of Darius. I just want him to I don't know, just wash that stuff off. Darius is more than willing to give the ladies a spin because when asked to spin around, he had no problems doing that. But Darius definitely, just looking at these photos, looks like someone who will give you a spin. He needs for you to see the 360. He put it all together for that reason so you can see the whole picture. So asking Darius to spin around is like, yeah, duh. You know what I'm saying? Some people not so much. Darius, number 2 for being so fresh and so clean. Number 1, standout this week. We're going to give it to Lauren. First of all, Lauren been over here doing the darn thing, making sure promoting. That's what she does. It's Access Lauren. www.accesslauren. And she got all the things for you. She's a beauty influencer. She's got real estate information, whatever kind of business. She's got a YouTube channel that, I've already subscribed to. So if y'all ain't subscribed, go ahead and do that. The description will be, the link will be in the description box. Anyway, Lauren came over here asking people to spin around. Give me a little spin. Let me see what you're working with. And on one hand, it worked. Like I said, Darius was more than willing to do so. And then you had Xavier over here that was not so willing. So not everybody, Lauren, is going to be willing to spin around. Let's hear what her and Ed had to say about that. We ready? Yeah. Not everybody is feeling the spin around. Let's see. Is this the right one? It is not. Let's try it again. I knew I was going to be over here. It wasn't going to go as smoothly as I wanted it to, but hey, we got you though. When I say we, I mean me. Okay, let's hear what Lauren and Ed were saying about this, the spin.
What else was funny though?
What?
You and me, we was at a table, right? we talking about, working out and stuff. And you looked at me and, and you was like, do you still be in the gym? What was your thought for you to ask me that? First of all, was it just random? Did it look like I'd be in the gym?
Well, you said you were a professional boxer.
Yeah.
And people, once they stop doing their athletic work, sometimes they just stop altogether, like the training, the gym, and that's physical fitness is a priority for me. You can't tell right now. Give me another month. So I just wanted to know, like, are you still maintaining that routine? Are you still working out?
You asked, right? And I could tell you anything.
Mm-hmm.
I told you to touch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, if you want to know something, grab it. Put your hands on it. I'm just saying.
Okay. Yes, you did. And that's... So look, let me tell you something. I didn't because I talk a lot of mess. I run my mouth. I talk a lot of stuff. And I noticed like they got a lot of sexual innuendos with me. Mm-hmm. Like I talk a lot of stuff because I ain't doing a lot of nothing. I'm thinking about it, but I ain't doing it. So I'm saying a lot of stuff. Oh, are you a Tahoe or you got your truck and do you got your abs? You working out and then you go touch it. I'm like, what? Hold on. No, I talk a lot. That's all.
She said, I talk a lot, that's all. But if you ask me to touch it and I'm saying no, somebody else said no. You know what I'm saying to her? Somebody said no to her and she wasn't really featuring it. Let's see. More about the spin.
You weren't feeling Xavier. What's up? My dog came clean. He was suited.
So so aside, like, remember I said I love confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I love a good personality / sense of humor as well. I feel like a guy can be very unattractive and be very funny and that makes him attractive, right? Yeah. So when I asked, like, Darius, spin around for me, he just laughed. He did it. It was over, right? I asked Xavier, like,
but I ain't about to be spinning around. I'm a man. I ain't about to be.
But see,
you see, I grabbed Nicole. I'm like, spin around. You're not about to be spinning me around.
I don't need to.
What you looking at?
I didn't need to spin him around. I just asked him to do a 360 for me so I could take a good look. I get it. And I'm not mad at him for how he felt, because I just feel like there's a certain level of, if you are something, you don't have to say you are. To say, I'm a man, don't spin me around, versus she want to take a look around, spin around. But it's neither one is wrong to me.
It's how he handled it.
It's how he handled it. And it's not wrong for him to feel that way. And I feel like if depending on who I was talking to, it wasn't wrong when I asked, Darius. But with him, he's like, you got to, like, what did he say? You got to work for this. Like, I'm not working hard for you to spin around. To put one foot in front of the other foot and do a 360?
You don't think a woman should work hard for what she wants?
How much work you think I'm going to put in for you to spin around in a circle? This conversation is work. So all he had to do was spin around one good time. I just wanted to see the full thing. And he didn't have to. It's totally his prerogative, right? But I just thought it was more like lightweight and funny. I didn't know it was that serious, that deep, that it was like attacking manhood at that point. So that's something.
Too many dudes.
I mean, I understand, but that maybe that's something I have to I don't know.
Just be mentally cautious of asking my guys to spin around.
I think I've done it before, and people don't have problems with it.
So you get.
It's not like a man is coming up to you like, bro, spin around, do a 360. It's a good looking woman like, oh, you look good, spin around.
That's diabolical.
There's a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean it is, but so that started to, you weren't feeling them at the moment.
I already wasn't feeling them, and then you can't even spin around.
She already wasn't feeling him, and he can't even spin around. So if y'all had any questions as to why the beautiful Lauren handled, what's his name? Xavier, the way she did. She started out by saying, it's very interesting because, she said, I might be asking you lots of questions. It's okay. The secret's out. We were probably all kind of feeling the same way. Xavier was already stiff. He wasn't giving me the type of personality, that's going to be willing to spin around. First off. Second of all, what you're attracted to, that's subjective. So we're not going to say, anything about how this man looks, but she said she wasn't feeling him. She also started with, you could be unattractive. I think that's, maybe I'm paraphrasing, but she said you could be unattractive, but if you're funny, you could change somebody around. Having a personality. So if you're not walking in the room and you're like, oh shoot, he's fine, but you spend a little time with him and his personality kind of wins you over, I understand completely, because I'm not somebody who necessarily, pretty boys or what have you. I think my man is fine, but I'm supposed to. She didn't think he was fine, y'all. And the fact that he didn't spin just made her like, and he's stiff, he ain't fun. I think that's what she said. Yes, love. The manhood, the fragility of manhood, child. Yeah, you're already 6 feet tall. You're beautiful. And people can say that's not intimidating, but I think for some men, based on who they are, if they're not carrying a whole lot of confidence like Darius, it's gonna be a lot. This guy say Xavier walked over to this beautiful, pretty woman, and he got to get his confidence up, to approach this beautiful woman. And then she's taller than him. So that's another thing. Like, it's a manhood thing, girl. It ain't on us. It's on them. And then you told the man to spin around. Yeah, it's extremely fragile. And I feel like, if she had a thought that she was attracted to him, she might have responded differently. Just like when Ed, who's fine, told her, to touch his ass. Now she's like, I ain't doing that. I see you, girl. It's okay though. I understand what you're talking about. Anyway, she said she'd just be talking shit. I can relate to that because I feel like I be talking shit when I'm, in my single place. And then I'm like, oh, he likes me? What did I do? I have to backtrack and figure out what I was over there saying. Anyway, that's it. I was just, over here right quick, want to talk about the people who stood out to me in the bigger conversations of, the week so far. Emily, you know what you're doing, girl, and you do whatever you want to do with your titties. But if you come with them sitting up under your chin, we're probably gonna, focus on that and not get to know you very well. Who are my top three right now? First episode. Now I'm not in the running for anything. I'm old enough to be everybody's mama, just about over here. So, or shit, big auntie at least, or mama. Anyway. But if I was over here in this competition, who would be my top three? Ed, number one. Ed is my physical type. So yeah, he would probably be somebody I would be like trying to ease over to. Number two, Steven. Steven has his own sense of style. And I found out in this interview over here that Steven is from Flint. That's the bonus. Steven, we're gonna be trying to find out who your people is. Number three would be Darius. His confidence is attractive. And even though his fly don't match my fly, he is fly. And that's enough, to spark my interest. And maybe we could convince him to take the hairline and, in the beard Beijing and wipe it off, Darius. We don't need it. That's it, y'all. I'll be back every Sunday at 7 p.m. for a recap. I did mention that they had what's his name? Vince on this week. So yeah, Vince is an interesting personality. He got a lot of personality, and y'all track on over there, check it out. It's the Recap Lounge. Once again, I'll have the link in the description box, and y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we know what it is. We're gonna get on this hump, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye, y'all.